Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is News Now at noon.
And thanks for joining us for News Now at noon. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Now at noon, a Jamestown man pleads guilty to heroin distribution.
Plus, Chautauqua County receives funding to replace a bridge. But first, we check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by with more on last night's snow and if any more is headed our way. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin and Matt, and we definitely did go through a kind of a big winter storm yesterday. This is video coming from the Storm Interceptor, and you can see this is coming on I-86, I believe, as I was told. And you can see here that the snow accumulation on the sides of the roads look clear because of exhaust and tires, and I think they also had plows out there. Helping to keep the interstate clear as well. So we definitely did go through a major, I don't want to say major, but it was kind of a big deal winter storm. And I think we do viewer pictures next, if I'm correct. That's the next thing in here. I think that's correct. Yes. So you can see the snow accumulation here. And this is coming from the lake in central New York. And you can see here that some of the snow accumulation, obviously areas eastward had some of the heavier snow accumulations. And that definitely was the case. Here's Bemis Point. You can see some of the snow falling and the snow accumulation down there by Chautauqua Lake as well. This is from Justin in Randolph in his car. You can see the snow accumulation there. Little Team USA hat there.
Team USA. Woo, woo.
Yes, exactly. And so you can see kind of shoveled off a little path right there. Any videos or pictures you need to send to us, Hunters WX on Facebook and Twitter is how you get it to us, and we'll get them on the air. First Defense Doppler, a lot of the widespread snow is actually tapered off. Of course, that winter weather advisory and winter storm warning has since been canceled, but we're still dealing with a few lake effect pockets of rain and snow, and that's going to be the case throughout the day. You can see that here in the hour by hour. Temperature is not going very far. We're going to be stuck into the 30s, and temperatures won't dip off very far at night either, but chance for lake effect rain and snow showers throughout the night. And I just wanted to add this in here just because Thanksgiving is next Thursday, and it still looks like we're going to be cold, but not exceptionally cold. We'll talk about that Thanksgiving Day forecast, the early call on that, plus that Quick Solution 7-day in just a couple of minutes. Jay and Matt?
All right, Dakota, thank you so much. A Jamestown man pled guilty in federal court yesterday to conspiracy to distribute more than a kilogram of heroin. 39-year-old Alex Mercado faces a mandatory minimum of 10 years in prison and a max of life and a $10 million fine. Authorities say Mercado was a mid-level distributor of heroin and cocaine for the Sigfredo Martinez organization. According to officials, Mercado was the nighttime distributor for that organization. He's scheduled to be sentenced on February 28th. For more details on his case, visit our website, WNYNewsNow.com.
A Dunkirk man, meanwhile, was sentenced yesterday to serve 70 months in prison after previously being convicted in federal court of conspiracy to distribute cocaine. 30-year-old Fred Santiago was arrested in May of 2017 after authorities seized approximately 640 grams of cocaine and just under 40 grams of marijuana during a raid at his house on Lincoln Avenue in Dunkirk. Money and other paraphernalia were seized as well. Co-defendant Michael Pacheco was previously convicted and sentenced to serve 18 months in prison. Agencies throughout Western New York assisted in the investigation as Santiago and Pacheco distributed kilogram quantities of cocaine in and around the region.
And a bridge on County Touring Route 18, that Sherman-Stedman Road, will be replaced thanks to funding awarded by the New York State's Department of Transportation. The county received over $1.5 million, which officials say will be utilized to replace the bridge that goes over Prendergast Creek. With this funding, the county anticipates that work on the bridge could begin as early as spring of 2019. The construction is expected to last nearly 6 months. State officials say the Bridge NY initiative focuses on bridges and culvert projects that address deteriorating structure conditions, migrant weight restrictions, or long detours. And Matt, kind of talking again about the snow that happened overnight. A lot of people really connecting with us on social media. We had coverage throughout the evening. Luckily, though, this morning, crews had pretty much everything cleaned up.
Well, I was very thankful for that because it was, I must admit, it was a little tough last night to drive home. I was at a friend's house in Faulkner, actually, and a couple of blocks away from my house.
Yeah.
And the snow, well, I don't think it was the snow so much as the slush that really caused the problem. So this morning I was very impressed. Hats off to county crews out there. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And keep it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not the snow, though. Don't keep the snow up.
No, Dakota can make the snow go away, but keep up the cleaning. I know some people said there was a little trouble on some of the city sidewalks, but unfortunately a lot of that responsibility is left up to folks in their homes, and maybe older people can't get out and shovel, or if they don't work at all times of the day, obviously. So it's a little difficult for some, but otherwise I think we made through pretty well, so not too bad.
We're going to continue making it through.
Exactly. A live look at the HD News Now cam. The street is clear on 3rd Street. Dakota, of course, will have details on that forecast coming up. But next here, open season. Details about the start of deer and bear hunting when News Now at Noon continues. Stop by the Jamestown Cycle Shop Super Sale and get super savings. Shop local on Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. Visit us at 10 Harrison Street and save big. Purchase any backpack, duffel, team, or travel bag for $30, then fill the bag with goodies in the store. Head to checkout and anything that fits in the bag is 50% off. Spend at least $200 and you get it's a super sale, Friday and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Jamestown Cycle Shop.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
It's open season as one of the state's most popular big game hunting seasons starts Saturday. New York State DEC officials say the regular firearms season for deer and bear open tomorrow morning. Officials remind hunters to be safe, have fun, and enjoy the environment. They also encourage hunters to pass up shots on young bucks. The regulated hunting of deer and bear is one of the most important parts of conservation of wildlife here in New York, that according to officials. Now, deer hunting is also credited with improving the regional economy.
And New York State's employment rate fell in the month of October. That's according to a report by the State Labor Department. The report explained that the state's jobless rate fell by 0.2% and reached 4.0%, matching its lowest level since May of 1988. Additionally, the number of private sector jobs rose by more than 22,000, setting a new all-time high. The state private sector job count is based on a payroll survey of more than 1,800 New York employers. Monthly payroll employment estimates are preliminary and subject to revisions as more data becomes available in the following months.
And the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is proposing new measures to regulate flavored nicotine products after a dramatic rise in vaping among high schoolers. The FDA says e-cigarette use increased 78% among high schoolers and 48% among middle schoolers between 2017 and 2018. So the agency is proposing making policies against flavored e-cigarette products tougher. These proposals could ultimately prompt the removal from shelves and websites that are accessible to minors. Mint, menthol, and tobacco flavors are not included in the proposed changes. Now the FDA says that it is to help adults who want to use the products as an avenue to quit smoking.
And, seeing that New York State's already talked about implementing similar restrictions like that to e-cigarettes. Obviously, the reason why it's, important, at least state officials say, is to keep this away from kids is because they aren't at a level of maturity to make decisions. And a lot of time peer pressure brings out the fact that, oh, let's smoke, it's cool. Oh, let's smoke these e-cigarettes because they're healthy for you, when indeed studies show they're just as bad as smoking cigarettes.
So I guess my question has to be, if they remove all of this stuff, where's the tax revenue going to come from? Because you know that they tax a lot on those types of products.
Right,
so,
like cigarettes and chew, they have a sin tax is what it's called.
Yeah, so are we
Beer
going to
and
put that
things like
somewhere
that.
else?
None of the reports that I was reading about that indicated that they talked yet about having a sin tax on, say, e-cigarettes. It obviously, going down the road, it seems like something that have to be taxed would have to be passed by Congress or some sort of legislative body. County legislature also responsible for that. So certainly good discussions, and obviously at the end of the day, I think a lot of people just want to keep the kids safe, and that's important. Saying hello to Don. Happy Friday to you, Joseph. Thanks so much for joining us. He says, can't hunt inside the city. Exactly, Joseph. You cannot do that. Obviously, most hunters, I would imagine, know where they're allowed to hunt and where they're not allowed to hunt. So very, very important. Thank you all so much for joining us. Next story here, very interesting. You may have seen this on social media. A new version of Monopoly hit online stores, and it's geared towards what Matt Hummel is. A millennial.
Wow.
The new version centers around people born between 1981 and 1996. Matt, when were you born?
98.
Ah, so you were not a millennial.
Neither are you.
No, the tagline for this new game is "Forget real estate, you can't afford it anyways." In this version of the board game, players don't buy properties. Instead, they buy experiences, like going to a 3-day music festival, a weekend-long meditation retreat, or crashing on their friend's couch. Play pieces include a smiley face and a hashtag. In reaction to the game, many people took to Twitter expressing their feelings. Some of them found the game to be an unfair portrayal of their age demographic. However, others seem to embrace the product. The game is currently sold out on most online stores. So, pretty interesting. I think I would take a closer look. I want to check that out.
Well, first off, I think Dakota Hunter would beat us all.
Yes, because he's a millennial, isn't he not?
Yes, he is.
I believe, yes.
Well, and not just that, he's just probably great at board games. I mean,
I love board games.
I mean, I think his skill at board games probably comes from his, watching game shows.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, you want to bring Dakota up?
Dakota, are you here?
I'm here.
You love board games, right?
I actually do have Monopoly, and I haven't played it in quite a long time, and because the reason for that, it takes forever to play. But generally, the last time I played it, I think I won, and I'm generally good at it. So,
Can we play Plinko sometime?
Oh, I remember that show.
yes. Actually, come to think of it very quickly, you know why they named it Plinko?
Why?
Why?
Because of the noise the chip makes as it goes down the board. Plink, 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 plink. That's what Bob Barker said. So,
Bob Barker.
That's why they named it Plinko. Very interesting. All right, Dakota, coming up next, we talk with you even more with a look at your 7-day forecast and whether more snow is on the way or not.
And later, Norm Storm Rodriguez with a look at a local basketball matchup right after this.
Stay with us. Keep your car running smooth this winter at Express Bike and Auto. Located at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension, right here in Jamestown, they're your one-stop shop for all of your automotive needs. Looking for a new ride? Express Bike and Auto even sells vehicles. And guess what? Financing is available. What are you waiting for? Visit Express Bike and Auto at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension today.
Coming soon to downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops Restaurant and Tavern. The full-service restaurant will carry a wide array of craft brews, wines, and food pairings to make your taste buds sing. Enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week, including a Sunday brunch buffet. A truly one-of-a-kind experience coming soon.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
I hate the word millennials. I just don't like that word. I'm a 90s baby. That's what I am. I just hate that word millennials. I don't like it. Anyway, here's the Sky Vision Camera Network coming from Salamanca. You can see the snow accumulation on I-86 and also near the casino as well. And this is the area where we've seen the highest amount of snow accumulation yesterday, 34 with a west-southwest wind of 6, making it feel colder. Hey, Gobble Gobble Day is 1 week away, so here's the Thanksgiving Day forecast, and I think we all wish we had these rotating tables with all these turkeys on it, I think. But anyway, here's the forecast. This is what we're expecting. This is the early call on what we're expecting here. Mainly a partly to mostly cloudy day. At least it's going to be dry and not as chilly, 37 to 42, so this is going to be closer to average. We should be in the lower 40s this time of the year with a southwest wind 5 to 10. Now, this forecast is subject to change, so we'll keep this forecast updated throughout the weekend, and of course, going into early next week, but that's the early call on the Thanksgiving Day forecast. And talking about the snow totals, the event played out very well compared to what we were expecting. Andover in the eastern, pretty much to our east in Allegheny County, a foot. And I told you yesterday that's where we were going to see a foot. And that's where it was. Once you go into Cattaraugus County here, 7 inches. Jamestown officially 6.2, and Fredonia 4 inches. So these totals were very much in line with what we were expecting with this event. So it's always great when the event plays out to what the model suggests. News Now, Kim, I pointed it down so you can kind of see the snow accumulation, and there's actually a few snowflakes falling on 3rd Street here. Current temperature, it's 31 with a southwest breeze of 17, but oh boy, when you combine it together, it's feeling more like 20 when you step outside. So yes, those jackets and gloves will be needed. What is left of that storm system is now hightailed out to the east. It is now impacting New England. Much of the Northeast now is starting to get dry as that storm system now has kind of moved its way up to New England. You can see it here impacting north of Boston, going up into Maine, and then ultimately going out into Canada. So again, that's what's left of it. And getting back to home, we have a few light lake effect rain and snow flurries impacting the area, and we're going to see a few more of it, and it won't accumulate to too much here. And talking about the fog, of course, we do have a little bit of fog here, 5-mile visibility at Jamestown, 2 miles at Dunkirk, and 7.5 down there in Olean. So again, there is a little bit of fog out there, so that will reduce the visibility, of course, with the snowing fall, with the falling snow, and that'll blow it around a little bit. So here we go with Future Scan. You can see the model picking up on that lake effect rain and snow, continues throughout the night, and then continues pretty much tomorrow, just in light pockets. So again, just a few lake effect potato flakes for tomorrow. Nothing of a big deal there. So how much snow are we going to add on today? Really insignificant when you compare to what we just went through. Maybe another 2 inches around Jamestown, maybe about 1.5 near Dunkirk, about 1 inch near Olean. So not too bad totals compared to what we just went through, but maybe a couple more inches out of it expected. So lake effect snow and rain showers will continue tonight. Temps not moving very far. 30 to 34 is the low temp range with a northwest wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So or about 10 to 15 actually. 7 days down the road we go. 34 tomorrow. Freezing on Sunday, and there's snow chances almost each and every day until we get into Wednesday and Thursday. Gobble Gobble Day, looking mainly dry. Again, temperatures hovering around 40. Norm will have sports right after this, so please don't go away.
The Fitness Bunker in Lakewood is a locally owned and operated club that cares about your health and wellness. They invest in it. Right now, enter their 30-day challenge, where for only $69, you get 30 days of unlimited everything. That's right, everything, along with 2 one-on-one personal training sessions. Then, if you lose 10 pounds, you'll get the next month free. Plus, the first place winner will get 2 Buffalo Bills tickets or a $100 gift card. Details right now on the Fitness Bunkers Facebook page.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Friday, sports fans, and welcome back to News Now at Noon. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. Today, the Washington Middle School girls basketball team will be hosting the Dunkirk Marauders. The Purcell Knights girls basketball team also have a game today against Jefferson Middle School. Tip-off for both games will be at 4:30. The Jamestown Rebels defeated the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights Thursday afternoon 4-2. Alex Fry scored a pair of goals for the Rebels. Augustine Moore and Jake Felker also scored a goal. Both of the Knights' goals were scored by Sachas Guillemon. The Rebels will play the Knights again this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Tonight at 8 o'clock, the Buffalo Sabres travel north of the border to play against the Winnipeg Jets. The Sabres also have a game against the Minnesota Wild tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. The Sabres are on a 3-game winning streak and are tied for 4th in the Eastern Conference with the Boston Bruins with 22 points. Both games will be televised on MSGB. The Sabres Wild game will also be televised on Fox Sports North. The games can also be watched on the NHL app. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Awesome, Norm. Thank you very much. Well, we end the show with some pretty cool news from Washington Middle School. Their after-school students will participate in a 7-week program called The Best Part of Me, where students will exhibit self-portraits. Students worked with photographer Kathy Panabianco to create a piece of art that includes a self-portrait and writing featuring their favorite body part. Students brainstormed additional ideas for their self-portraits by interviewing one another about their lives. Now you can check out the exhibit on Wednesday, November 28th from 5:30 to 6:30 on the second floor of JCC's Sheldon Center. So pretty cool story there, and I always feel like there's a lot of good artists at Jamestown Public
It puts
School.
a smile on my face.
Yeah,
How
certainly.
about you, Dakota?
Well, I remember, well, of course, I'm a Washington Middle School alum as well, so, of course, all these schools we talk about here, I've been alum of those, so, but...
Dakota's been around.
Yeah, I've been around for a long time. Anyway, I do remember, I think it was 5th grade, I think.
Sorry.
Why are you laughing? This is a serious story.
I know. I just can't.
We have too much fun around here.
That's
So,
why
anyway,
we're making fun.
I do remember, I think it was 5th or 6th grade, we used to do these haiku poems. And we actually had our poems kind of imprinted on, I can't think if it was like clay or something. And I think the one from my class is one of the benches in the middle school that has all the haiku poems on it. So that's
pretty
what
cool.
because they took the little blocks and they made things out of it.
Right.
And I think the one from my class is one of the benches. And as far as I know, it's still there up near the front office. So.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Go Dakota.
Cool. Hello, Tammy and Liz. Thanks so much for joining us. Terry, I believe that's how you say.
Terry.
Terry. It's a snowy fall. That's what she says.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is snowing.
It's
very
Dakota's fault.
Yeah, it's always my fault. Blame the weather people.
Well,
It's-
you don't make the weather. It's what happens.
Well, it's your fault, and no matter who's the president, it's always the president's
That's
fault.
true. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like the head of the weather department and the head of the country. It's always their fault. But I don't know, Dakota. I honestly, yesterday, I know a lot of people did have trouble out in the snow, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, I was out in the Storm Interceptor in the afternoon, and I mean, you just go slow and you'll get where you're going.
Yep.
I mean, there were a couple of drivers who I think were pushing it.
Yeah.
And they were sliding around, but for the most part, not too much trouble anyways.
Yeah, and I think what made some of the snow worse was the fact that we had that base layer of rain
Right.
before we had the actual changeover to all snow.
Now, is that why it seemed more heavy?
Yes, because there was more water content in it. Of course, because we had the rain before the snow actually changed over. So there's 7 days, and temperature is really kind of steady over the next few. Chance for snow showers almost each and every day, not a big significant deal. But as we go into the middle of next week, it looks like we dry out. Gobble Gobble Day. I actually wanted to write that on the graphic, but I couldn't make it fit on the panel. So I just put Turkey Day. But 39, that's the average high, partly to mostly cloudy. This forecast will be subject to change, and of course, we'll keep you updated on it right here next week.
Awesome. Cool, Dakota. Thank
You're
you.
Good music, Justin.
Hello
Thank
to
you.
Phil as well. Happy Friday. Hope everybody is doing well. That's it for us today. We're back Monday. Short week next week for many, so we'll see you.
Not for us.
Hopefully have a good weekend.